Hi guys, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel. That was slightly off. I'm not going to film it again though. So when I started my YouTube channel, I definitely learned a lot of things, and I think it has been quite evident that I'm continuing to learn a lot and improve my video quality. But I think it would be really cool if every year or about every year I continued to make one of these videos and just share with you my advice and tips and tricks on how to start a channel, and then you guys will have plenty of content on this particular matter, and you can kind of see how my views have changed and stuff, and you can see all of this documentation of me growing on YouTube, and then maybe that'll apply to you, maybe it'll be helpful. I really hope it is. Currently I actually want to be a software engineer. Why am I telling you this? Because YouTube was the thing that I feel like really introduced me to technology, and I feel like that was like a really important thing in my life. I might change my mind in the future, and I feel like it's cool to like leave that option open. Some of the things that have been hardest for me to learn, not even just with YouTube but in life in general, is just that everything you do might not be better than the last thing you do, or maybe even sometimes it's kind of worse and it's not even equal to. And what I mean by that is there are definitely videos that I feel like are not as great as some of the other videos I've made, but I've poured so much effort and time into them that I don't want to just ditch them and I post them. So it's kind of like an awkward thing to handle, and it's kind of something that wasn't really motivating for me when I first started coming across this. For me personally, I think I have a lot of like validation and just kind of like placed a lot of self-worth in making really cool stuff. Whether or not that's YouTube videos. So this was something that was really difficult for me to learn. I just want to make you aware of this because there are definitely times when I haven't felt too great about the content I'm producing. I think there's also a lot of stress in these videos that people kind of like push on you by saying that you can't do YouTube for the wrong reasons. You have to do it for the right reason, which is to have fun and stuff. But honestly, if you're watching YouTube videos and you're kind of scared of the concept of sitting in your room and talking when your entire family can hear you, that's kind of a weird thing to have to understand, because you might not completely understand why exactly you want to sit in your room and talk to a camera. But I think once you start to like do it and you can identify that more, that's when you could actually ask yourself that question. But for me, this caused a lot of unnecessary stress because my EQ is not the highest. And I think it was just kind of unnecessary, so I wanted to kind of just like calm that down for a little bit. One of the things that you will learn a lot, or you will struggle with a lot, depending on who you are as a person, is time management. Personally, I have horrible time management skills, and I am now able to identify that, and I am hopefully working to improve that. So if you have really good time management skills, go you. You're going to be perfect and great, and this is going to be easy for you. If not, I don't think it's something to be worried about, but again, I would just kind of like be able to identify that, because I wish a year ago I was able to say, okay, this isn't something that I'm particularly good at, let's fix it so I don't have to fix it later in life. So yeah. But I was so commonly told like, hey Kate, I would love to start a YouTube channel, but ... I wanted to address some of the concerns you may have with my own experiences, because honestly I feel like it's a lot scarier in your head than it is in real life. Sometimes it's kind of uncomfortable, but that's as bad as it gets. Probably the most common concern you could have with starting a channel is having people in real life find your YouTube channel and not being 100% okay with that. And I think that's kind of sad, because honestly, I watched a TED Talks about this, and you shouldn't fear people learning that you're a creative human being, you know? You shouldn't like be afraid of stuff, because that is really gonna deter from your motivation and your creativity and your capabilities, and I would highly recommend to try to figure something out in which you feel more comfortable and at ease with everything. My experiences have been kind of uncomfortable at times, but really not that bad. Occasionally someone at school will be like, hey, do you have a YouTube channel? And it's gonna be really uncomfortable unless you're like really proud of it, but it's kind of uncomfortable for me. But it's not something that I would consider stopping making YouTube videos for, and it's not something that I fear at all. If this is something that scares you, I would almost recommend making videos even more, because I feel like creative confidence is something that you should be able to develop, especially at a young age, and this is going to help you later in your life a lot too. Another thing that I feel like people talk a lot about is negative comments, and I really am not too bothered about these. I know a lot of people consider this like the whole haters thing. Have I discussed this before? I feel like if you have an opinion that is maybe not what I want to hear, but it is your genuine opinion, I have an obligation to listen to you if you want to voice that in like a polite way, because I feel like I'm trying to improve myself. I haven't had very many experiences with people leaving like really rude, intentionally harmful comments on my videos, and I'm at like 5,000 subscribers by now, so I think that's something that is kind of like cool. Also, I would like to beg you right now not to sign away your YouTube channel, and by sign away I mean like partner with someone that you're really not educated about. I think making uninformed decisions is probably one of the worst things that you can do, especially when it comes to like YouTube channels and stuff. I've heard stories about people being signed to like contracts for like 2 years and people just suck out their like revenue from YouTube, and they really don't do too much of return, and people weren't educated about this, and then it actually becomes a problem, and then they can't get out of the problem because they signed a thing. Personally, I am not partnered with anyone, and I don't think I'm going to anytime in the future, just because I'm really not super educated about the whole thing. I don't think that there's a place in which you can like actually educate yourself properly about this whole thing, and a lot of the information available is biased and stuff, and personally I'm not very interested in making uninformed decisions, and I would highly recommend that you try to stay the same way and like not sign away all of your hard work. Fun. Also, on YouTube, money is a thing. You can monetize your videos, which basically means put ads on them, and then you can like make revenue off of that. However, there is a threshold that you have to reach. I believe it's $100, and after you have like $100 in like actual monies, they pay you like the next month, I think, but I think it can take like 3 months for them to actually pay you. I haven't actually gone through the entire process of getting paid yet from YouTube, so I'm not really sure how like the end bit works. My point in telling you all of this information about me not getting paid yet is that if you're looking to immediately have like $10,000, this is not the correct way to go about it. Next, I would like to touch on the topic that is equipment that you will need for YouTube, because filmmaking equipment can be really expensive, and if you don't get the right stuff, then you might actually waste your money. I do actually have like a studio lighting set, however it's not like actual soft boxes that can be like $300, $400. I have a $40 Amazon lighting set, and I've actually been using this like my entire time on YouTube. I do find that the lights are a little bit blue, but I also have a light bulb like back there in my filming area, where it's like very yellow, so it kind of like balances it all out on camera, and I can honestly recommend this to you. Would I like soft boxes in the future? Probably, yeah, but like at the moment that's not a possibility. I've also recently purchased a image stabilizer slash Steadicam. I believe if you type Steadicam in, it'll give you like more accurate results as to like actually what you're looking for. So this is my Steadicam at the moment. It's quite unbalanced because it doesn't have a camera on it right now, but basically what it is like this thing, and you hold it right here, and then when you actually like move it around in shots and stuff, it makes like smoother shots, and then you can have it be like moving around a little bit instead of like a stationary tripod video. You know what I mean? I believe this was like $150, $60, $70, $80, and that seems like a lot of money, yeah, but for filmmaking equipment it is actually quite inexpensive. Some of these are like $2,000. They're also like really good quality, but they can be like $2,000. And I'm actually really happy about this. I haven't had it for too long, so I don't think I can like solidly recommend it, but I think it is definitely worth your money if you have the money to spend on it. I think almost every single other video with a similar title to this has talked about their cameras that they've used and stuff like that, so I don't think it's super important to know all of the specifics and stuff of my camera. Just to set you on the right track though going forward, if you would like a super blurry background, not only will you need an expensive camera that you can actually like switch out the lenses on, but you're gonna need a different lens because the one that comes with it is probably not that great, and the f-stop is the portion of the lens that actually makes it blurry and stuff. The lower the f-stop, the blurrier here it is, but you also have to look at all of the other details about the lens. It's a bit of a confusing process to actually learn about it, but I'm sure there are photographers that can explain it to you on YouTube videos much better than I can, so I would highly recommend you look into that if that's something you're interested in. I do edit my videos with Adobe Premiere Pro. I think I have the CS6 version, I could be wrong, but I really like that editor. That's the editor I've been using since my second or third video, and honestly I think my video quality has like been able to grow a whole lot because of that, and I really love it. I love it with all of my heart and all of my soul, and I think it is a great purchase. Okay, so this frustrates me. I have probably watched 75 of these videos when I was starting my channel, and not once has anybody mentioned color grading. Color grading is so important. I would say it's more important than getting like really good lighting. Basically what color grading is taking like the saturation and the contrast and the brightness and a bunch of other aspects to your finished video and just kind of adjusting it and playing around with it. I would also like to let you know that the greater the saturation does not mean the better job of color grading that you're doing, because I used to think that way, and that's when I had an orange face in my videos, and I hope I don't have an orange face anymore. So basically this is what my face would look like if I didn't color grade everything, and then this is what it's gonna look like if I'm trying to make myself look like an actual grapefruit. If you're looking for like nice happy ukulele music, I would definitely recommend that you go and search for Income Tech, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and they have tons and tons of music. This is not sponsored. I really like that website. They're a fun time. There's also 2 YouTube channels that as of lately I have been starting to use more in my videos, and that is No Copyright Sounds and Copyright Free Network, I believe. So in videos similar to this, I've probably heard 15 or 20 times like that the correct aspect ratio for a thumbnail is 1080 by 720, until one day that I noticed it wasn't, and it was like getting cropped off on the sides. The correct like actual dimensions for a thumbnail is 1920 by 1080, and that's just like pixels by pixels if you open up like PicMonkey or something, which I feel like is a pretty good software to use. There'll be like plenty of information about like pixels by pixels and stuff. You can change it there. So that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't, I would urge you to leave me some constructive criticism down below, and not like really nasty rude criticism, but like actually constructive criticism. If there's anything that you're contemplating doing but it's scaring you, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's not, maybe it's just like general life stuff, I would urge you to do that because it's probably gonna make you happy. That is my end all be all. I am ranting. I love you so much. Goodbye.